Hi, I'm Angela Sharp, and welcome to the Daily Mix. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Did you by chance check out the American Music Awards last night? I don't think any awards were given out, but they had a whole bunch of performances, and of course, Nelly and the Saint Lunatics were there. And I really liked their little medley. They did a whole medley of all of the, the big hits. But I have to say, Murphy Lee, Chingy, and J.E. have all been live in studio with me on the show. Of course, Nelly and City I've interviewed at Nelly's Black and White Ball, and Jaquan was there to do a little tipsy, so I need him to come on the show. So if you know him, just tell him he's got to come on the show. We have to complete the group here on the Daily Mix. You're in for a great show today. We've got a bunch of Halloween activities. Plus, I have one of my favorite people, Kyle Tory. He's going to be here on the show talking about his podcast, Man Space. So keep it right here, and let's get started on today's Daily Mix. Throughout September, which is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, St. Louis Ovarian Cancer Awareness, SLOCA, hosted several events to help residents learn the signs of the disease, which include bloating, pelvic pain, urinary urgency or frequency, and difficulty eating or feeling full quickly. Now they're ready to rock it with the 18th annual Families Run for Ovarian Cancer ROC Star 5K and 1 mile run walk. This family-friendly event will also have music, the bubble bus, and more, all to support women battling ovarian cancer, their loved ones, and the medical community. It all takes place this Sunday, October 13th in Tower Grove Park. You can find the details under the events tab at sloca.org. The St. Louis Fire Department will host its annual Fire Safety Falloween Festival this weekend. Bring your little ghosts and goblins out for the day of fun, filled with trunk-or-treating, face painting, balloon twisters, bounce houses, and more. There's also going to be free food, a DJ, fire safety demonstrations, and a smoke alarm sign-up. Now, this festival is going to run from 2 to 5 on Saturday, October 12th at the Fire Department headquarters on North Jefferson. You can follow the Fire Department on social media for the latest information. And this one's a good one. The City Museum is taking Fright and fun to a new level this Halloween season. Exhibits and spooky decor throughout the museum provide a very interesting, ghoulish look that is tons of fun. You can have all sorts of never-before-seen experiences, from the bizarre to the extraordinary. Fright at the museum promises an unforgettable visit that will challenge the limits of your imagination with a variety of exciting performers, festive drinks, and there's something for everyone of all ages. Fright at the Museum runs every Friday through Sunday at the City Museum through October 26th. You can visit thecitymuseum.org for all those details. And of course, the St. Louis Zoo is also back with their Halloween Spirit and Boo at the Zoo. This non-scary Halloween experience features fun spellbinding decorations, interactive entertainment, special food, drink menus, and more. Now, Boo at the Zoo is not a trick-or-treating event. It takes place after the regular daytime hours, and it runs every night from 5 to 8:30, beginning October 10th through the 30th. You can find tickets and more information online at stlzoo.org/boo. When my sister and I were at the zoo just a couple weeks ago when she was in town, they did have some of those Halloween decorations up. So I have a great photo of me, my sister, and my little nephew right in front of a giant Frankenstein. Some great photo ops there. More Halloween fun can be found at the Magic House this October. Children of all ages can dress up in their most beautiful costumes and come out for a ghoulishly good time at the Not So Haunted House. Each child attending will get a trick-or-treat bag, and autograph books when they enter. Now, this is going to be fun. This is making them ready for their trick-or-treating via a scavenger hunt and meeting their favorite storybook characters. The Not So Haunted House can be enjoyed every Friday through Sunday, October 11th through the 27th. To learn more about this event, go to magichouse.org. And family adventure also awaits at the St. Louis Aquarium at Union Station. The aquarium has been invaded by pirates and a spooky patch of pumpkins. You can go on a treasure hunt through the pirate-themed scenes and the patches of carved pumpkins inspired by the sea, including a shark complete with a boat for the perfect photo opportunity. A special after-hours trick-or-treating festival is also available on Friday and Saturday evenings after the aquarium closes. Pirates and Pumpkins is open now through October 31st. You can learn more at stlouisaquarium.com. Now, of course, it's Fire Prevention Week, and this year's theme is smoke alarms. Make them work for you. The goal, of course, is to educate everyone on how important it is to have a working smoke alarm in your home. I don't know if you remember this, but the very first Angella's Adventure, it was me and my buddy Travis, and we got to go in a controlled burn with the St. Louis Fire Department. It was quite an experience to kind of get to feel that heat up close with all the firefighter gear on, but it did give me a whole new perspective because I feel like I know my house inside and out. You know, I can get up in the middle of the night and go wherever I need to go, but it's always better to have a better idea of where you're gonna go and make sure any little ones in your house know how to do it. Take a look at a little fire adventure with the fire department.
It is just an honor to be able to represent the group of women and men that put the uniform on a daily basis, and it's really a selfless work that we do, you know. And I get the job. I'm handed a gigantic spotlight, and I just get to turn it to where people are doing phenomenal things. And you know, we're a great department. I'm biased, but I am so proud of our folks, and it's a privilege to do what I do and to work and serve the citizens of this city.
You say 30 seconds, huh?
All right, everybody, take your right hand and
All right, that was an experience, you guys. Fire scares me anyway, but being in there, you can't see anything. There's just fire, and it's hot, and you can't see anything. Very nice of the St. Louis Fire Department to take us in and show us how quickly a fire can spread like that. So, you know, it just takes a few seconds to check your smoke detector. Make sure you have a plan with your family on how you're going to get out of those environments. You never know when something like that can happen, so it's no harm in making a plan, and hopefully you never have to lose it. I know Travis, the photographer, and myself were both in there. Definitely different.
You can tell I really didn't have the helmet situated correctly, but that was probably one of my most favorite adventures. St. Louis Fire Department, we probably need to redo that one, kind of get an updated version. But by the magic of television, I am now joined by Tory. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Man, I'm excited to be here, be able to be on the show and get to have a conversation with you.
I love it. So you have this podcast.
Yes.
It's Man Space.
Yeah, Man Space Podcast.
It's for men.
For men and by men. Yeah.
For men and by men.
It's kind of my tagline. Yeah.
Why?
Why is it for men?
Why did you need it? Why did we need a podcast for men by men?
Yes. No, that's a great question. So I actually, over the years, have been meeting with men, you know, helping them with their careers and helping them just in general with life. They set goals. I meet with them to help them meet their goals. And through those conversations, I started to hear a lot of just unhealthy things, narratives that they had about themselves, about life, about manhood. And I said, man, I wanted to create a space where we're able to talk about these things and kind of redefine redefine what manhood looks like because of all these narratives that we see on Facebook and that sometimes we've even grown up with in our own households. And so, so I created this podcast, again, for men and by men to redefine manhood. And really the focus is to create healthy narratives about manhood, whether that's, talking about being a father, what does it look like to be a husband, what it look like to go out and try to achieve a career, but to do it in a healthy way. Because a lot of times we have a lot of weight that we're carrying, we have a lot of expectations on ourselves. We never talk about these things. We just carry the emotions and we keep them bottled up. And so I create a space where we're able to talk about those things.
I love that because women tend to get together with their other women friends and kind of talk about problems, what's going on. Men don't do that.
No, we talk about sports, we talk about, what LeBron did and things like that, but we typically don't talk about our emotions and our failures and our successes. No, that doesn't happen too often.
So this podcast, you've been doing it for a little while now.
Yes, I've been doing it for about 6 or 8 months.
Okay, what are you hearing back?
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of, it's funny, I get a lot of DMs, so messages directly from men telling me their stories and really just saying, man, I appreciate you saying some of the things I'm not able to say. A lot of them are sharing them with their wives and their sisters and their moms and other women so that they can hear some of the things that men are carrying that they're not able to articulate themselves.
What are some of these things that men are carrying?
So I would say one of the biggest that I see with most men is insecurity. And that's not anything that men typically will say, but a lot of men are carrying insecurity. Maybe they didn't grow up with a father, so they don't know what manhood looks like. Like they're literally, one of the guests I had on said, I just went through life throwing things up against the wall and hoping that it sticks. And so a lot of times, it's just a lack of confidence, not really knowing how things are going to turn out, not knowing how to go in and present myself in an interview, not knowing how to approach a female, not knowing how to deal and communicate the needs that I want in my relationship. And so we tend to just stay tight-lipped and keep those things on our shoulders.
Keep them there. So you're kind of opening this up so men have a way to listen to you and kind of be like, oh, I'm not alone.
Exactly. So they feel like they're a part of something. And, again, because men don't have those spaces, to know that you're not the only one carrying this is huge, which is another reason why I created a group called, it's called Man Cave. So Man Cave, it happens on the first Monday of every month. It's at 829 North Hanley in University City. And men, we get together. I provide food because men want to eat. So at 6:30, we eat for about 30 minutes, and then we open up. We have a guy kind of share a particular area that they feel like they want to share with the other men, and then we break up into groups, and we talk about some of these pressures. And so you get to see and hear from other men who are at different life stages, who maybe, they were there 6 months ago, or maybe they were there 2 years ago, and you get to hear from other men the ways they work through all these issues and problems and successes in a positive way.
Now, we showed a photo just now of the Man Cave.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's a lot of people there, but I'm going to ask you this question because I'm a little shy in my actual life. I don't know, even as a man, if I would be able to go to a group that I've never met anybody at.
Absolutely.
So are you guys very welcoming?
Yes,
like, how does this work?
Yeah, absolutely. Very welcoming. I do a lot of the advertisement for it online, and a lot of times what we do is we tell every man to bring another man, right? So if you need a man, you come experience it, you feel like there's another man who needs that space, bring them. And it might be one, I have certain guys who they're bringing 4 or 5 guys every single time. It started out with just me and about 8 guys, I thought. Once they started to bring their friends, that actual first week ended up being about 20 guys, and right now, last month, we were up to 75 guys.
That's a lot of guys kind of having the same experience, kind of the same, I'm not going to say issues, but things they want to work on.
Yeah, and talk about, absolutely, and process. A lot of times they just want to process through things, be able to just get some of it out, because a lot of them won't sign up for a therapist or to go get counseling, but this space is a safe space where there's no judgment. I can say things, I remember one guy said that I've said things in this group that I've never told anybody else in my life. So yeah, it's been great.
That's huge.
It's been great.
Now I love that you've made this space, but you were pretty good in your own manhood, right?
Like we're all learning, we're all growing. Yeah, absolutely.
But you've got, I know you outside of this world.
Absolutely.
So you're always posting your children and your wife and all the wonderfulness there.
All the things.
Is that another reason why you wanted to kind of share this with other people?
Absolutely. I have been one of those people who grew up without a father, and so navigating life was very difficult. Trying to figure out what it meant to be a father when I didn't have one, or what does it look like to be a husband when I didn't get to see that. And so being able to experience those things, I know how hard it was, and if I can pass that down and to help the next man or the next one who's coming up, I wanted to. And so that's kind of the reason for this podcast and for the group.
Now, is every podcast week a different topic?
Yes, different topics. So the first, so I did first season. First season was kind of in the spring into the summer. That season was really focused on just in general, the stereotypes, overcoming and redefining manhood. This new season just launched on Friday, so I just dropped my new podcast on YouTube. And this one is focused on relationships. Because most of the men I'm talking to, they're in some sort of relationship. And so being able to navigate and see what those things look like and be able to talk about some of the hard things. And you know, this past episode was talking about the resistance to commitment, the narrative that men don't want to commit. And so I gave some of the reasons why we don't want to commit and why we're hesitant about commitments. And again, a lot of the insecurities and expectations that are placed on us, but being able to talk through that has just been so good.
That is amazing. So this podcast can be checked out where?
Yeah, on YouTube. So the Man Space podcast on YouTube. Also, you can check out my Instagram, which is Kyle_Tory_. And then my TikTok is Kyle_Tory.
And we've got all of that right there on the screen for you right now. And I have to say, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I watch a lot of podcasts. This is a very professionally shot podcast,
Thank you, I appreciate
which helps. Keep you entertained, even if maybe the topic is something that you're like, nah, I want to check it out.
And I keep them short, about 15 minutes, small bites, because I feel like, you know, when you get to half an hour, a lot of times people just don't have that time. So I keep them about 15 minutes. So you could be driving in the car on the way to work and listen to it.
It's a perfect time to listen to it. And let's talk about the Man Cave. Where can people check that out?
So it is, it's at 829 North Hanley Road. Actually, it's at a church. Refresh Community Church allows us to use their space. They have been awesome. They helped with budget with providing, because when you go from 20 guys to 70 guys, but so they help to fund it and all those things. And again, you don't have to be like a part of the church or a Christian or any of those things, but they allow us to use their fellowship hall just because they believe in the message and that men need this.
And what you're doing. And so people can check that out monthly.
Monthly, first Monday of every month.
First Monday of every month.
So actually tonight, 6:30. So if you're out there, come out. Any man out there, please come out. We are going to, talk about a good topic tonight. So
I love it. Well, we're gonna end on this. Why would you tell somebody to check out either your podcast or the Man Cave who hasn't checked it out yet? Maybe they're feeling, I'm good. I know how to beat a man. I know what I'm doing. Why would you tell them to check it out?
I would tell them to check it out because here's the reality, right? You may be the man, but maybe there's some things on there that might spark some memories or things that you realize that you might want to share with other men. And so it can spark and open up some avenues for you to be able to say, man, you know what? I can reach out and help the other man who's out there who may need some help. So
somebody else in the group might need some help.
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to throw up his information one more time. So definitely follow along with the Man Space podcast. You can check out Kyle Tory on all those social media channels. And of course, the Man Cave. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
So happy. After you check him out, make sure you follow us. Of course, you can connect with us on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Instagram. Let us know what you think. Of course, we want to hear from you. And of course, you can always, download the app right there on your screen. You can check us out on the go, Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Thanks so much again for being here. I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Keep it right here on STL TV and Experience St. Louis.